What up, what's happening, and welcome to another episode, and good morning to you all. It is Saturday. However, Hurricane Harvey, if y'all been paying attention to the weather and to the news, just hit Texas late last night, and so ever since then, it's just been raining. Fortunately, fortunately for us, Harvey hit further south of H-Town. But that doesn't mean that we are unscathed. This little guy here is whining and complaining. Wants to be part of the shot. Alright, so what do you want to say to the people out there? Back to the main story. So anyways, as I was saying, we are kind of like outside of the hurricane, so we are still getting rain, and we are supposed to be getting rain pretty much throughout the weekend. As I was saying, we are supposed to be getting rain pretty much throughout the whole entire weekend and possibly for the next week as well. So for the most part, most of Houston is pretty much hunkered down and off the roads. I know parts of Houston does tend to flood with all the rain that we'll be getting. As for me, I have no plans of going nowhere anyway. I didn't even work on the weekend, so this storm came at a perfect time. So for the most part, I'm just gonna be home, chilling, watching TV, catching up on shows, and maybe play video games. Oh, also, get drunk. And it's really coming down. This is how it's been pretty much all day. It's just been heavy rain for a few minutes, and then it kind of clears up, and then it starts up again. And I think my neighbor's mailbox actually came apart from behind. Kind of see it right there. On the back. Only damage this far. Also, did I mention that why can't I speak today? In preparation for Harvey, in the past couple of days since Wednesday, gas stations have been packed and grocery stores have been running out of the necessary supplies such as water, battery, canned food. So some grocery stores have actually been able to restock. Why isn't this thing closing? Thing is broken. Why are you broken? Anyway. So of course we've had to make necessary preparations as well for the pending doom. Where did it go? Where did you go? It went missing. Be right back. Okay, so the weirdest thing happened. Yesterday Charlie had bought a bottle of margarita mix. One of those that's already made, just add ice and on the go. And he put it in the freezer. I go to look for it, and it's not in the freezer. It's not in the fridge. It's nowhere in the pantry. It's not with all the other liquors. And I have no idea what happened to that bottle. Like, what the hell? I remember seeing it. It was in the freezer, and it's not in the freezer. So I have no idea where it went. It's not even in the fridge either. It's not like we have that much stuff. I mean, I'm not pissed because I wasn't the one who bought it. I'm pissed because I didn't get a chance to drink any of it. Alright, so as you can see, the rain temporarily has stopped, and I say temporarily because this is what's going to be like for pretty much the rest of the weekend. Probably through Monday it'll be like on and off rain here and there. Right now it's kind of like the wind's starting to pick up a bit. It does feel a little bit chilly. giving Kane some time to be outside for a little bit, do what we've gotta do. Oh, I think there is some rain coming down. Light rain. As far as the house, doesn't seem to be too much damage done. Just like, actually not much at all. So, it's a windy day now. So it's been a few hours later, and as you can see, the rain has returned. And what better thing to do than have a little barbecue going on while it's raining. We got some nice juicy hot dogs ready. We got some, what was it? Pork, chicken, beef. You name it, we got it. Oh, what a day, what a day. And this is how it's supposed to be pretty much for the rest of the week. Okay, so it is now about 6 o'clock. Still Saturday. My whole family is now home and safe. While we were eating dinner, we were actually watching the news, and turns out that within the past hour, there were actually 4 tornadoes that have touched down within 1 hour. And what makes this even scarier is that it was actually just up the road from where we currently are. Actually, it was like practically in my sister's backyard. Fortunately, she is safe. We are still under our tornado watch. The rain has kind of been like on and off, so when it rains, it literally pours. And it's only like for a couple of minutes, and then it goes away. And like I keep saying, it's supposed to be like that for the rest of the weekend, today and tomorrow. I'll keep you posted to see, what else develops. But yeah, right now that's what's happening. I'm shocked that so many tornadoes have touched down. From what I've been listening on the news since this morning, that makes like 5 tornadoes that touched down today alone throughout Houston and surrounding areas. In the meantime, we're just kind of like trying not to really panic. Just try to stay calm, try to stay safe and dry and indoors. Been trying to kind of like check in on people through Facebook to like see what people are saying, what they're doing, what they're seeing, as well as the news. All while I'm just sipping on margaritas here. So I know most of my family are safe. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. So kind of to recap what's been happening lately, Hurricane Harvey pretty much has dissipated and it's now back to like a storm. Right now, Hurricane Harvey is not that far south of Houston. I think it was still over land last time I checked this morning. But he's projected to head back out into the water, back out into the Gulf, and like pick up some strength again. And he should be heading north, just east of Houston to touch land somewhere between, I think it's like along the border of Texas and Louisiana by Wednesday or Thursday. We are still projected to have lots of rain today. Lots of business are officially shut down. Most of Houston is underwater. Pretty much all today. Today it hasn't been really raining that much since this morning. It's just been very, very windy. Yesterday we were under a lot of tornado warnings, like record-breaking tornado warnings, like over 100 tornado warnings throughout Houston. As of early this morning, and because it's been raining so much that the mud districts, no, not the mud districts, or whatever districts, they actually had to release the floodgates from the nearby reservoirs, both the Barker's Reservoir and the Addicts Reservoir, which is going to possibly flood neighboring neighborhoods and such. Luckily for us, we're still okay. But we're kind of like, I'm still monitoring to just like kind of like see what happens, because we are like very, very close to the area that supposedly would be flooded because of this. So the purpose of that is to dump all the water from the reservoir into the Brazos River, which goes right through downtown and out into the Gulf. The Brazos River is already flooded as it is, so this is going to cause more flooding, but it will be in more controlled state. They decided to do that as opposed to just allow the reservoir to collect water and the dams to just burst and be catastrophic. So yeah, so that's what is happening today. I'm just gonna stretch right here for a while. Hello people, it is later in the afternoon. I'm just being really lazy and just going to chill here for a little bit while I do blah 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 and blah 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 blah. Just staring at my master while he eats in front of me, even though I know I have really great food. Oh, no, you know what? I need my close-up. How does it look good to me? Does it look good? Yeah, I look good. I look handsome. Oh yeah, very handsome. This is my good side. Get my good side. No, this is my good side. Yeah, right there. No, let's go this way. No. Ooh, what does that smell like? You know what? Whatever. No, yeah, this is my good side. Yeah, make sure you get my good side right here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my good side right there. What's happening, everyone? Okay, so it is later on in the afternoon. I pretty much spent like the whole entire day, like literally from the time I've got up until about maybe 30 minutes ago or so, just watching the news, trying to get updates on what's going on. As of right now, I'm just kind of like having a little bit of lunch, some leftovers from Saturday, and margaritas on the rocks. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see. So yeah, this here is the map of what the Adex Reservoir is. And we are in this general location right around here-ish. Like, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? So real quick. So all this here, this dark purple. I don't know if you can actually see that. Can you actually see that? So all this here is the area that's going to be supposedly flooded, and then all this here is the areas that will be affected. So we are very close. Other than that, I also had to do a little bit of work as well. You know, kind of like help out my boss a little bit, which I did, and I think we're all good as far as my job goes. I don't know, but yeah, we might end up having to evacuate later today. I don't know for sure. That's like one of those things that I just kind of been keeping an eye out. We were talking about maybe going over to my sister's house further up north. The news just keeps reporting like this is like history in the making, because the last time Houston ever flooded like this was back in the early 1900s, like 1930s or something like that. Since then, it's never been this bad, even though we've had like countless hurricanes before. But the thing is, you have to keep in mind, like with the hurricanes, it's like it hits, it goes away, we're good. And in certain areas of Houston, yeah, it does flood, but not as bad as like this. Like there are areas where the water level has reached the traffic light. Like that's pretty high. Not to mention, like, it's been raining for the past 3 days, and it's supposed to still continue to rain throughout today and tomorrow and pretty much like the rest of the week. So we are expecting like lots of flooding going on. Alright, because because it hasn't really stopped raining for the past few days, we do have like a nearby bayou that's real close by to the neighborhood, and we've heard that it's actually fixing to tip over and spilling into the neighborhood. So we've decided to go ahead and evacuate and head north, mostly because like in this neighborhood there's only 2 ways in and out. One of them is already blocked and we won't be able to get out, so I argue that it's best to go ahead and get out now while we still have the other entrance available to us to get out. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Fine, don't sit down. Be stubborn. So, yeah. It's that bad that for the first time we are actually evacuating. Hopefully it does get better. By tomorrow, maybe. We'll see.
Dale, pues, dale, trata a ver.
I would just go in right there into the gas station.
Ahí que estamos.
Make a decision, make a decision. So our attempt to evacuate kind of failed. We were gonna head over to my sister's, but as soon as we got to the street that leads into her subdivision, we saw it nothing but like flooded with water on both sides. We tried to go around, but even all entries in and out of the neighborhood was completely flooded. My dad attempted to actually cross. He was like, oh, you know, I'm in the truck, we can do it. And I'm like, don't do it! It's like we were just talking about this in the past couple of days and making fun of other people who were dumb enough to actually do it, and apparently my dad was dumb enough to actually go do it. So he went through it. Halfway through, the water got so deep, it was like over like maybe 2 feet of water, because you could tell as the waves, it was just getting really, really bad. And I'm like telling him, I was like, no, you have to turn around, you have to turn around. And then as I'm telling him to turn around, he kind of like starts to stop. And I was like, don't stop, you have to keep going. You're going to stall the vehicle and we're going to be freaking stranded here. So he was able to kind of like turn around, try to take a back road to my sister. We got to her street and it was still flooded. So we were like, no, we're going to have to go back around. There's no way we can get to her unless we had a big ass rig or a boat. And we're out of those. So we turned around and back home. Of course, the only way out of the neighborhood was to go back out into the lake. So we were able to do it, luckily. But yeah, I'm never going to do that again. It's kind of a little bit of frustrating because, you know, the people are telling you, you know, don't evacuate, don't leave, and yet it's kind of like a little too late to leave, and you're like a little bit frustrated about that, because then it's like you could have left when you had the chance to, but you were told not to, and it does kind of get a little too late. So we're just gonna have to like kind of wait and see what happens. Hopefully, if it does start to flood, it doesn't get so bad that, you know, it starts to flood the home. If anything, hopefully it just kind of like creeps up the driveway, and that's it. Good morning, everyone. It is now Tuesday. The worst of the rain has actually headed south. All we're left now is just very light rain. We actually heard that an HEB nearby is actually opened, so we are heading there to see what we can find. Of course, we are proceeding with caution. There are still roads that are flooded, and the streets are very slick still. Yeah, nothing really happened in our neighborhood. Fortunately, it didn't flood. So hopefully from here on out, water should start to recede. As far as my job goes, right now it's kind of like on hold. Nobody's really going into work just yet. It's kind of like play by ear, I guess. See what happens. Well, what? You could have told me that sooner. Look at all that line. We're gonna be here forever. Banana. Oh God. Yeah.
There is. You know how water gets high over there in this creek. They gotta come with boats. They're gonna land.
Alright people, so it is now 9:55, so we've been waiting in line for about 30 minutes or so. Rain starting to kind of like pick up a bit. It's gotten very windy. Just seconds ago we just saw the Coast Guard fly by and land behind me into another parking lot nearby. Hopefully there'll be some food because I'm hungry. Need some coffee. Alright, so after about 40 minutes or so, we're finally inside. We are limited to 1 water, 1 milk, 1 bread. For what we were told, as far as like fruits, veggies, and everything else, I have no idea. I guess it's just like whatever you can grab. Alright, so it took a while, but we were able to get in, get out with restock our kitchen. You can see we got quite the haul here, and we also have a little bit more stuff back there. We got like water, dog food, apparently some marinated chicken, and you got cars behind you, Dad. Now it's off to go back home and continue to monitor the weather to see what's going on and what's happening. So what's up people, so it is later on in the day. As you can see, I'm outside right now. Wind is like really picking up. Good news is it's stopped raining and there is actually some breakage in the clouds. There's some blue skies. Sun was just shining through a bit. So it is starting to look hopeful. Luckily it's actually stopped raining, so we should start seeing some waters receding. There are still areas throughout the city that's still flooded. I've heard we are supposed to be expecting more rain throughout the week, but not as much as we've had in the past couple of days. So you know, so far for the most part everybody seems to be okay. There were some casualties, but it was very low. So yeah, I mean, it's like skies starting to clear up. Still very windy. But yeah, so I am going to end the vlog here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. You know, your thoughts of our deal here. If you are actually in the area, you know, comment. If you're not in the area, still comment. So yeah, till next time, latest.